This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, what I want to talk about. Well, we're in the bus. It's been raining outside. I thought I'd come in. I got a little leak. I'm trying to see if I can catch it. But anyway, I want to talk about guns and the real meaning of guns and how they apply to you. Okay, what it is. Now, I know you listen to socialists, communists, when they talk about guns, it's nobody has guns. In China, that was their big thing. Nobody has guns. But the police had guns, and the rich people had guns. So, they don't have guns only applies to those that don't have guns. Okay. Now, in the United States, we are supposedly, with our Constitution, we are not socialists. So, in other words, we have a right to bear arms. And that, now, when it comes to socialists, they said, well, yeah, you want to go hunting, you want to go target practice, you know, this is the kind of stuff. I'll tell you. Anybody that says anything about any restrictions on firearms at all is, at the minimum, a socialist. They are definitely anti-Constitution. The Constitution does not and will not function unless the people are armed. Okay. Now, being armed in the meaning of the Constitution isn't for target practice, home defense, you know, or hunting. Firearms, you know, shall not be infringed. Those firearms are to counter the government when the government gets out of hand. Now, one thing, right now, you see these socialist, communist type, progressive, whatever they are, they're starting to use firearms. You know, they say they've shot those government people in Washington when they were playing ball. Okay, and now see, they're thinking, well, see, we're using the guns for, no, these are crazies. Well, I'm sorry, they're snowflakes. And, but they're getting kind of the idea, because it's not so much, to kill government officials. That's not really the idea of the firearms. The idea is the government officials understand that we, the people, are armed, and we, the people, are protected by the Constitution, and we've got the means to uphold the Constitution. Now, what the officials need to figure out is they need to uphold the Constitution. And so the snowflakes thinking that they're going to shoot the officials don't realize that those firearms, that we have a constitutional right, is to protect us from snowflakes. It's to protect us from invaders. And I know a lot of people aren't taught real good in school about history, but in World War II, the the idea of invading the United States, like they did in many parts of the world, they kind of put off the United States, because they knew when they came to the United States, everybody was going to be armed. And so it's not going to be just walk in and take over like they did every place else. So the firearms, it's not always the firearm's going to kill somebody. That's not the idea. The idea is the people have a means to defend themselves from foreign or domestic threats to our United States Constitution. So that snowflake thinking he can shoot officials? No, he wasn't shooting officials. What he was doing was attacking our Constitution. So you need to understand exactly the meaning of being armed, and understand that responsibility that you have. As an American, you have a responsibility to be armed, have the ammunition, and I know this is way above most people's heads. They never thought about it like that, but it is. This is why I teach tactics. My tactics aren't like police and military teach tactics, and the reason is the police and military are the strong arm of the government. Now, the police and military swear to uphold the Constitution. They have no obligation to fight the people, take away the guns from the people. No obligation at all. Not even orders can make that work. And that's why even police and military have a hard time understanding this. Like I say, so we as citizens, it's not a catchword, that's a fact. We as citizens of the United States have a personal responsibility and a moral obligation to arm ourselves. Learn the at the minimum, learn the safety procedures of a firearm so we don't hurt ourselves and people around us. And we need to know that at a minimum. The Marines, when I was in the Marines, I don't know if they do it anymore, but in the Marines it was every Marine knows how to handle a rifle. Now, I don't care if they were office clerks, even in the late 60s when I was in the Marines, we had women Marines, and they even know how to handle a firearm or a rifle. Every Marine knows how to handle a rifle. The reality is every American needs to know that also. And just the idea of us knowing how the firearms work, knowing our rights, and knowing our moral obligation, we all really do have an oath, if you're an American, to uphold the United States Constitution. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.